Get your roping hand ready because you're going to need it today on At Your Leisure. I'm Stephen Heumann. Join Max, Elise, and me as we go through Cowboy Boot Camp before trying our skills at one of the biggest rodeos in the West. Why are these events still so popular and how can you become a part of it? Well, we're going to find out at the Bit Spur Rodeo. From there, we'll catch up with Zack Explores.
That's right, I'm learning how to enjoy rural adventure even when the weather decides to throw a monkey wrench in your plans.
Last but not least, Reece makes friends with Georgia Gators going deep into the Okefenokee Swamp. Own the outdoors now with AYL. The West. Nothing encapsulates the image and history of this region quite like a cowboy riding the open range. It evokes feelings of pride, freedom, hard work, and strength. People come from all over the world every year to play cowboy at dude ranches and cattle drives so they can glory in that mystique. Now the thing is, cowboys aren't a throwback of the past. They exist today, roping and riding, not because they want to play around, but because that's their life, that's their job. And nowhere is that more obvious than at the rodeo, where these men and women compete in skills they use every day. It's hard work, and they do it because they love it. But what does it take to become a real Western wrangler? Well, I have a feeling it requires more than just throwing on a 10-gallon hat. So I'm with Max and Elise, and today we are going to find out what it takes to be a real cowboy. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, let's do this. Jim, how's it going?
Hi, Steve.
All right.
Glad to have you.
What are we learning today?
Okay, we're going to learn a little, or try to teach you a little bit of roping.
When you let your loop go, depending on how far it's got to go, you need some rope to go with it.
Oh.
It's part of the heritage. You know, it's living a lifestyle that's been around for, you know, a couple hundred years and trying to keep that tradition going. This is a way of life. You know, this is not something we just do on a Friday night or Saturday night, or this is something that's done every day.
It's always nice to involve people that are not in this lifestyle or sport, to introduce them to what it's like and the amount of work it takes. At the rodeo, you'll see these guys make it look easy.
People have time for people here. You know, this is what it's all about. It's a community. You know, this is not just something. You know, I'm English by birth, American by choice, but a cowboy by desire. I love this.
When you get to this point, the rope is back here. You're looking at the dummy.
Max is really doing well. I'm surprised. He's dominating. Elise is having a harder time. She's just not getting the wrist rotation. That's kind of funny to watch.
The real work involved in being a cowboy is taking care of your animals.
It's just wet poo grass. That's all. So touch it. Just touch it.
I know how to touch it.
Okay, no, easy.
That's my boy. He's picking up poo.
Okay, just throw them right in there.
Ranching, the traditional way on horseback is becoming a thing of the past. So to me, it's a great way to keep traditions going, to keep people still in touch with the cowboy lifestyle. You know, we have in our rodeo, people come from far and wide, not just Utah, California, Oregon. I mean, it's awesome to see.
What we just did was an introduction. Maybe Elise will someday, when she's adult and out on her own, she may say, you know what, I want to have a horse. And
there's so many bad influences out there now in society, and to me this is one of the most positive influences.
You know, we have our phones and iPads and stuff. It's so great to put those things away and take your kids out and just have fun as a cowboy, riding the horses and doing all this stuff. Well, a little bit later in the show, we're actually going to go to the rodeo. We're going to get a better look at that, and we're going to have a little competition to see which of us has learned these skills better than the others. But first, let's head off to Zack, who's got our travel adventure for today.
So what we were going to do today was this awesome ATV ride up Arch Canyon. It was gonna be amazing, beautiful vistas. You guys were gonna cry. The story was gonna be so emotional. And then it started to rain and rain and rain. And since that area is pretty prone to flash floods, we decided to forego that adventure today. So we're gonna improvise just a little bit. In order to find our story today, I went to see the experts at the Blanding Visitor Center. Not only is this a great place to pick up maps of the surrounding area to scout out potential adventure, but this visitor center also doubles as a museum, chock full of back-in-the-day artifacts.
I'm thinking about getting Steve one of these for his birthday. Shh, it's a surprise.
You have the Native American culture, you have the Mormon pioneer culture, and they pretty much run together. They all basically ended up in this area in the early days, like my father when he was born in 1902.
But there is thousands of years of history that precedes the first Anglo-Saxon footprints to crunch this red dust. And to learn about these ancient peoples, we're heading to the outskirts of Blanding.
Edge of the Cedars State Park Museum sits on a interesting property. One set of ruins that's very visible to everybody's eyes, and that is this Chaco era set of ruins that I have behind me. This building was built probably in the mid to late 1000s. Underneath the Great House, we have a very large room block that wraps around this whole property. That dates to the late 800s, early 900s. You have people living on top of people, living on top of people.
And into the Kiva we go. It's so cool down here. Can you imagine in the summertime just how nice it would be to hang out in here?
Inside the museum, we try to discuss and describe and remember and celebrate the deep history of the American Indian folks in the Four Corners region. So basically, we plod back in time some 13,000 years to the beginnings of American Indian history here, as we understand it.
So this blanket right here is made of turkey feathers. Turkey feathers. I can't even make a blanket out of regular fabric, let alone turkey feathers.
I hope that folks come away from here with an appreciation of how complex and dynamic societies were here 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago.
As I made my way to the next stop, the sun started to break from behind the clouds, and I decided that I could use a little fresh air. So now we head to the Nations of the Four Corners for some much-needed trail running with the backdrop of historical dwellings. The trails allow you to almost literally run past centuries of history, both anthropological and geological, as the trails lead you to natural land bridges that the Earth has been building for millions of years. These incredible stone formations and the twisting desert plants provide deep symbolism for those who slow down long enough to enjoy it. But that's not all you'll be able to see along the trail here.
The tower is kind of designed as an Anasazi tower, and if you go up to the top you can see the whole Four Corners area. Each state is visible from here, so that's kind of fun.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we are on the edge of Westwater Canyon here, and the canyon is just a beautiful, quiet, peaceful place. It's called Westwater because there's a natural spring. We've created bridges to cross the canyon. There's probably 5 or 6 bridges throughout, so there's a trail system throughout the entire canyon, probably about a 5-mile span of trails.
Oh my gosh, the hiking is probably one of the top reasons people come here, because we have such an intricate canyons, wilderness areas, a lot of actual ruins still left to see.
The tagline of Blanding right now is "You're invited," and we're kind of promoting the peaceful, secluded feeling that you can get while you're here. I would love people to come and experience this area and experience the night skies and experience the beautiful clouds and experience everything that we have to offer here.
And in the end, we did get ourselves a little bit of sunshine, but only for a little bit.
So there's where we parked. It's gonna be a long hike.
Guys, I made a mistake. I thought I could get out to the natural bridges before the rain came. I should probably get out of here.
It's called City of Rocks. It's one of the premier rock climbing, rappelling, and bouldering places in the entire world. The only problem is when you get here, the campgrounds don't have a lot of amenities. So when you're hot And when you are dusty and when you are hungry, you don't have a way to solve that problem easily. A Race City RV can solve that problem for you. Come back to a nice warm shower and a home-cooked meal in a Race City RV from Race City. Race City RV, serving Utah since 1946.
The new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
Hello everybody, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Rick Peterson and today I get to do a product review on the 2018 RZR Turbo 4-seater. I'm excited. Let's go get this thing super muddy.
The Turbo is probably the most extreme machine we sell. Well, it is, there's no question about it. You're talking 168 horsepower. The 4-seat has a very long wheelbase. It's very stable. I mean, we don't like to talk about speeds, but this thing goes really fast, really quick, but you don't realize how fast you're going because it handles extremely well.
Well, the wonderful thing about this machine is it has more power than I can imagine anyone ever wanting or needing in a 4-seat UTV. But the comfort and the controllability, this thing controls like a sports car out there going through the curves. And the biggest reason sits right there, the turbo.
You have a couple options in the Turbo. You have the standard Turbo, which is what we rode today, and then there's the Fox Edition, which come with Fox shocks.
This is an amazing engine that Polaris actually built for a turbo. They just didn't convert another engine. 925cc turbo that's accessible immediately, there's no lag, and the price went down this year. So those of you that couldn't afford a turbo in the past, now you can. The power of this machine is really nice, but the ride might be even better. So smooth. In fact, it's adjustable. With these Walker Evans racing shocks, there's actually a hard and soft setting. So depending on what kind of riding you're going to be doing that day, you can set up the suspension to fit. Well, as nice as that suspension is in the back, it's equally as good here in the front. With the dual A-arm suspension, also fully adjustable shocks, the ride is extraordinary. And once you get inside, these bolstered high back seats hold you in place, extremely comfortable. Tilt steering, just like on your car, and easy to access on-demand 4-wheel drive with the push of a button. On the other side, the passenger's got a stabilizer bar to hold on to. Everybody's comfortable, room for 4, great family fun. I've really fallen in love with this machine today. A lot of room, a lot of power, a lot of fun. You need to get a hold of one of these. Go see the boys at Stedman's out here in Tooele. They take great care of you. In the meantime, I'm going to go get some more mud on this thing. We'll be right back with more At Your Leisure.
Kawasaki mule side-by-sides are some of the toughest machines around. Work hard or play hard. With the new Mule Pro MX, you don't have to choose. about having the right machine to fit the way you live. And it's about strength. The all-new Mule Pro MX, the strongest, because I said so.
And we will see you next week on the county seat.
A new renaissance has been unleashed in the side-by-side world. Can-Am's 2018 Maverick X3 and Maverick X3 Max have soared to the top with a design so bold, everyone has taken notice. And this year, with an additional power increase and lower price point, these machines are turning even more heads.
Welcome back to AYL, everybody. Well, we finished our cowboy training, and now we're here at Deseret Peak at the Bit Spur Rodeo, watching the pros do it. How about we get a little bit of inspiration before we have our competition? Let's go get our seats, guys. Yeah. So, George, tell me about the Bit Spur Rodeo.
Well, this is our 73rd year of doing it out here. I think we're one of the longest running small rodeos going. We get people from all over the country that comes to us to participate in our rodeo. I think it all started back in the days with the ranches and that. The cowboys wanted to have fun and that, so they incorporated what they did every day.
There we go. Speaking of incorporation, all right.
Everybody comes with their kids and that. We do the mutton busting for the children and that, so they have something to do so they can participate in the rodeo and see how it's like. They have a lot of fun doing it. We do the calf roping, we do steer wrestling, team roping. The girls do a breakaway roping, and we got the saddle bronc and bareback, and then the barrel racing.
What's your favorite event, personally?
I like watching bull riding, but I really like watching the saddle bronc, because especially if the guy knows what he's doing and he's good at it, he looks like he's out there in a rocking chair riding.
He is eating my shirt.
We do trail rides as a club and do overnight camp and stuff. So we do quite a little bit here and there. And right now we've got every Tuesday and Thursday we've got cows up at our arena, and we do team penning.
How do you feel I'm going to do in the rodeo?
A little practice, you'll get her done.
All right, so since you guys had a little bit of rope training, what do you think of this, watching them on a horse roping a calf?
Well, I think it was a little bit harder than catching a plastic head on a big piece of hay.
Riding the horse is really fast, and trying to catch a moving thing, that would be really hard.
What about the flipping of the cow? You want to try that next, where you got to rope their legs? No? All right, we're going to have our competition here in just a minute, but first, we got to go up to our trailhead adventure, brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure in the middle of nowhere, Georgia, at a place I've heard about all my life, but never dreamed I'd ever get to, the Okefenokee Swamp. If you don't like alligators, don't come to Okefenokee Swamp. Upwards of 13,000 gators live in this 438,000-acre freshwater wetlands, largest in the eastern U.S.
How big's that gator over there?
That one over there?
No, this one up here.
Oh, that one? He's probably about a 9-footer.
That's pretty good size for this area?
That's pretty good size.
Yeah.
Average gators are 7 to 9 feet long. We have some that's above 10 feet. But
don't want to mess with him anyway.
oh no, they move really fast.
It's huge. These things are gonna give me a heart attack.
One of the best ways to enjoy the swamp is aboard Captain Joey Griffin's tour boat for a 90-minute ride into the heart of the swamp. Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge was created by an FDR proclamation in 1937 to protect the area from developers who wanted to drain the swamp for rice, sugarcane, and cotton. Logging had already had a big impact on Okefenokee. Most of the refuge is protected federal wilderness with only foot and small boat traffic allowed. Kayakers and canoeists can paddle more than 120 miles of water trails with designated campsites throughout the park. Joey's tour takes us up historic Suwannee Canal, past slumbering gators, hungry great blue herons, huge Florida soft-shell turtles scrambling out of the way, and hingas drying their wings, and colorful roseate spoonbills. The canal is lined with bald cypress trees draped with a stringy, lacy bromeliad called Spanish moss.
It was very educational for the whole family and the kids especially, and seeing different species, alligators, turtles, birds.
Hey, don't tell the kids this is educational. They think they're having fun.
How pretty everything was with all the animals and how you could listen to all the animals without like any traffic or anything.
At the Smiling Gator on the left, we turn onto Chesser Prairie, a huge open wetland with lily pads and great egrets. Captain Joey pulls our boat up on an island with one of the biggest gators we've seen yet. This is close enough, Captain. Although the kids don't seem to mind a bit.
I like getting up close with the alligators and different wildlife creatures. When we got to see the alligators.
You like alligators?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep your hand in the boats at all time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain Griffin challenges Mary Ann to stick her paddle into the muddy bottom. Except it isn't muddy. It's 6,000 years of compacted peat, 20 feet thick and rock hard. Captain Griffin is a 7th-generation swamper who never gets tired of making this trip.
Name something that's not good about it. I mean, it's just a special place to me, this old swamp. It's a very special place to me. It's what I consider my safe place here. It'd be your best friend or your worst nightmare. I mean, I ain't never gonna get rich doing this, but just look at my office here.
Okefenokee has a small visitor center and plenty of walking trails, including the Canal Diggers Trail that follows the channel from the visitor center for about half a mile. The 1-mile-long Chesser Island Boardwalk is a great way to penetrate deep into the heart of the swamp on foot. Through the towering trees with all kinds of plants and animals along the way, and yes, you might even pass another sleeping alligator. Reece Stein at your leisure at Okefenokee National Wildlife Refuge.
Like showing this place off to them?
I sure do. It's a real special place, let's see.
Meet the new leader in off-road utility, the completely reinvented Ranger XP1000. It's got the most power, the largest towing capacity, the highest ground clearance, and the best comfort and storage. Introducing the all-new Polaris Ranger XP1000, the hardest working, smoothest riding Ranger ever built.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Since 1935, Utah's most entertaining rodeo has been coming to you from Nephi, Utah. Again this year, you won't be disappointed as we feature top cowboys and cowgirls competing for the largest prize purse ever. 3 days of family fun entertainment, City of Fun carnival, parades, French bull jumper, Manu, 15-time act of the year, the one-armed bandit, rodeo clown of the year, Keith Isley, and the Flying U Flying Cowboys motorcycle team, July 12th, 13th, 14th at the Juab County Fairgrounds in Nephi.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen bucking broncos, men wrestling grown bulls to the ground, and sheep with no brakes. But you haven't seen anything yet. It's time for the first annual At Your Leisure Rodeo Roping Challenge. Good evening, everyone. My name is Zack Explores, and who is excited today? Hooray! Okay, so a few of you. Allow me to introduce you to our contestants. Each of our ropers will have 60 seconds on the clock to rope this static trophy as many times as they can. And how are they feeling about the contest? Well, let's get down there and find out. Max, how are you going to do in today's competition?
I'm going to do the best.
I think I'm going to do better than my dad.
Question for you. How do you feel about the rumors that you're a washed up roper and that your son is going to steal the limelight from you?
This interview's over.
Ooh, lots of tension down there, folks. The stakes couldn't be higher if we were filming an acrobatic cow. Anyway, looks like the judges have arrived. 60 seconds on the clock for each of them.
All right, start.
Emotions are running wild from the other competitors, but we all knew only one could emerge victorious from this contest.
Take that, Dad!
Well, now I'm going to turn it over to Zach for next week's show.
Last year, fire devastated parts of southern Utah. And next week, we're taking a look at how the land has rebounded since. Chad and Rhea will take you on the journey. Then we'll find out how you can buy a high-end sports car and actually learn how to race it. Ever wanted to redline a Lamborghini? Well, now you can. Finally, we'll discover why Cedar City is embracing off-road trail systems, all that and more, in 7 days on AYL.
Your trophy, sir.
Thank you.
You have earned it. This was so much fun. Did you guys have a great time?
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're gonna have one of these in our backyard with this plucked in it, and every day he's gonna be out there roping just so he can show off. But this has been so much fun. We'd like to thank the Bit Spur Rodeo. We'd like to thank George, Jim, and Ralph for teaching us all of this stuff. It's been so great. Well, we gotta go. As we always say, remember, between now and the next time we get together, get out and create your own adventures at your leisure. I want this. It's my trophy.
No, it's mine.
You're gonna have to win it back.
You have to win it back.
Apparently, I taste very good. I'm not gonna let you eat this shirt though.
With a little preparation, nope. We were prepared and look what happened to it.
That was a lot of fun. No